Planescape booster set from WizKids is finally available. We did an unboxing of a brick of it that you can see up there in the corner right now. We also looked at the special preview box set of minis that is now in the eye up there. I am working on the full set review, plus the one from the Big Bees line and a couple of Pathfinder Battles ones. I'm telling you, these videos take a long time to make, and it is getting really tough to keep up with everything coming out these days. There's so much coming down the line, and of course, many thanks to WizKids for all of it, including this one. And thank you for being patient with me. But today we have another box set of unique minis called the Planescape Character Mini Box Set, which is a kind of a weird name. I guess it's trying to say that these are PC and NPC minis and are not monsters, which is accurate, but it is an interesting selection of minis for a number of reasons. Let me tell you why in our review of the Planescape Character Minis box set. Today's video is brought to you by Hit Point Press. The deck of many animated 5e reference cards can bring even more magic to your games, and they make fantastic gifts. Get animated spell cards, condition cards, or townsfolk NPCs. You can even get in-game items like the Deck of Illusions and the Deck of Many Things. Get your deck of many animated cards using the info icon in the corner or in the doohickey down below. The Mercykillers faction is made up of bounty hunters, executioners, and vigilantes who ruthlessly dispense punishment and sigil after a verdict has been rendered. Their primary agent is the Mercykiller Bloodhound, who can track bounties across the plains. They're able to mark targets, making them easier to track, even if they left the plane. This is a fun one. First of all, Fel is a Dabus, which is a horned celestial race that floats around Sigil doing civic repairs, like fixing potholes. They don't speak, but they write these magical symbols in the air to communicate. Fel here doesn't do street repairs, but he does run a tattoo parlor. You can visit him for some magical boons based on the tattoos presented in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. Or you can just get tattooed with Chinese words that don't say what you think they say. Here's Morte, who has a special place in the heart of folks like me who play the old PC game Planescape Torment. If you finish Baldur's Gate 3 and you want another great D&D RPG, Planescape Torment, which has a polished up remake available pretty much everywhere, is a phenomenal choice. Morte is a sarcastic, plane-traveling skull who is currently on sabbatical from his eternal punishment in the Nine Hells to help annotate his new bestiary, Morte's Planar Parade. This little mousy cutie is a Musteval Gardenelle. Gardenelles are animalistic, peaceful humanoid nomads who hail from Elysium. As long as you're aligned with the side of good, they are super friendly, happy to share cookies with you. Though if you're evil, they will strike you down without hesitation. Planar Philosopher is one of the new backgrounds presented in the Planescape books, so this isn't a particular NPC in the adventure. So feel free to use it as a really cool Arcanist PC mini. I assume she's meant to be an Astral Elf, which is a race presented in the Astral Adventurer's Guide from the Spelljammer book set. Okay, so here's the rub. If you are playing the Planescape adventure with minis, most of the minis in this set are pretty optional. But Shemeshka is one of the primary antagonists, which is probably going to make this set a must-buy for you. There aren't a lot of minis out there that you can easily substitute in for this character, who is a very nicely dressed female Arcanoloth with a pretty fun CR14 stat block. The Transcendent Order are another faction of Sigil. Their shtick is that a person should basically just act on any thought or urge they have in the moment, so they're just terrible to hang around with for more than 15 minutes, though supposedly they go through a bunch of training, so maybe they don't act completely like a 12-year-old with untreated ADHD, though I have my doubts. The Conduits here are enforcers whose instincts are sharp enough that an outsider might think that they have precognition. The Transcendent Order Instinct is a bit lower down the ladder than the Conduit with a CR of 3. They're able to use a reaction to reduce damage on an incoming melee attack that hits them. And one thing to keep in mind with these faction agent minis is that while they are specific races in mini form, the character can be of any race, and these faction agent minis are great for a PC. So I really like this set for a couple of reasons. First, you get some really interesting and unique minis to use as player characters for a Planescape or other adventure. The gold dragonborn monk, the cool astral elf mage, the hooded orc with the braided hair, and the heavily armored and hooded female assassin. You get minis to help set the scene in your Planescape adventures with Morte and Shemeshka and the Mousekin, which could also make for a fun Ysoki mini for your Starfinder games. And the minis are painted and sculpted well. The only potential issue I have with the set is that it could be argued that Shemeshka and Morte should have been in the main Planescape booster set, so folks are going to have to invest in this box set as well if they want to have all the important minis for a Planescape adventure. On the other hand, at least you can get these important minis without having to gamble on random booster boxes. The D&D Icons of the Realms Planescape Adventures in the Multiverse Character Miniatures box set is available now for between $45 and $60. Let me know what you think about it in the comments section down below. Do you like having VIP minis like Shemeshka in a box set like this, or do you prefer them in the booster set? Let's discuss. Also, don't forget to check out the amazing animated 5e reference cards from Hit Point Press. If you're looking for gifts for the DM or the D&D player in your life, these are an excellent choice. I use them all the time for that. And if you haven't been collecting our free 5e and Pathfinder content that Grady's been putting together each week, be sure to visit our socials here for loads of free monsters and magic items from an award-winning and best-selling adventure author. That's Grady. And until next time, stay safe, have fun, love each other, and I will see you next time at the Gallant Goblin.